Hi guys, it's Richie from the Mac and Cabby channel. I hope everyone's doing alright today. And I also hope he's had a really good weekend as well that's just gone. So I've just come on today just to do a quick video. Obviously everything's going on in the transfer market. We're getting linked to all sorts of different players out there. Um, we've only actually made one signing. We all know who that is, and that is Enzo. Absolutely brilliant signing for. Signed on a 4-year contract as well, so he's real quality that we've got now in the centre midfield. We all know what Enzo can do. You know what I mean? He's got bags and bags of quality, and I think playing at Premier League level is his level. So we've already got, we've already made an absolutely brilliant signing, Enzo. What we'll say before I continue is, if I sound a little bit strange today, unfortunately this week I have caught COVID, so I'm a little bit stuffed up and I've got a bit of a sore throat, so please just bear with us, guys. So we've been linked with a number of players. I mean, I've seen today we've got Joe Gomez. We've been linked with Joe Gomez, but Joe Gomez for me, yes, obviously he's played at the top level for a long time with Liverpool as well, and obviously he has got international experience of playing with England. The only thing I will say on Joe Gomez is he's very injury prone. Excuse me, and I don't think that's what we need at the club. There was a rumour on the mill of £25 million for Joe Gomez, and I don't think he's worth that at all. Quite happily pay maybe 10, 12 million for him. But let's be honest, if he does come to our club, he might make one or two starts, but it's just his injuries I'm worried about. Yes, he can cover right back and left back as well, but 25 million for him is, I think it's just silly money for his injury record. And I've also seen today as well that Chris Meffam has actually returned back to Bournemouth. So I don't know whether we're going to make a move for Chris Meffam. I would really like to see we make a move for him, because I think he did really well for last season in the Championship. And obviously, again, with Chris Meffam, he has got the experience of playing at the top level as a centre half. So, hopefully we might make a move for him, because we do need some numbers coming in at the back as well. Also as well, so we've got Wilfred Singo from Monaco. For me, he is quality. He can cover right back, centre half as well, and I'm sure he can play on the wing as well. Maybe it's one or two occasions he has done that, but covering it right back and centre half for me will be a fantastic signing. He's 6'4" as well. He's a massive guy as well. And again, excuse me, he's been playing at top level as well for Monaco. I believe he's had some European experience as well. Ivory Coast and player, so he played in the national team with the likes of like Amad Diallo, etc. So yeah, the other ones are just sort of like different random sort of players that we're getting linked with here and there, but I don't think they're going to be covering any of it. But anyway, what I've done is, so this is my magic whiteboard. So what I've done is on this whiteboard is just sort of, if you can, I don't know if you can read what I'm saying, I'll read it out you guys. And anyway, so what I've done is I've just covered our team as like a 4-3-3, and just to help explain exactly where we need the strength to come into our team as well. So obviously starting with the goalkeepers, we've got Patterson, we've still got Simon Moore. For me, as much as I like to say it, right, I think Anthony Patterson will go from strength to strength playing in the Premier League, getting more experience, and I think it's kind of like we'll have to give him a chance to play in the Premier League to see if he can, play at that standard as well. It just worries us a little bit that we haven't got like an experienced goalkeeper in, but I'm willing to give Anthony Patterson a go like in the Premier League as well. Simon Moore as cover, so maybe bringing in one other goalkeeper, whether it's going to be the number one or not, I'm not too sure about that, but I'll give Anthony Patterson a go in the Premier League and see how he gets on. So starting at the back four as well, so obviously right back we've got Hume, we've got Ballard, Luke O'Nien and Dennis Cirkin at the minute. So I have got a Gialisi that can play left back and he can play at centre half. But again, he's another player as well who's quite injury prone. He picks up a lot of knocks and he's been out for pretty much of all last season. I can maybe remember a handful of games that he has played for, but he is decent at Gialisi, but I don't think he's Premier League quality, and his injury record is worrying. So I think we need some cover for right back, and we definitely need to bring in two centre halves. Like I said, hopefully if we get Chris Metham in, then we maybe just need to get another one. Even if we get Wilfred Singo, he can play at right back. I think that's more predominantly his position as right back, but he can cover centre half. So we do need to get, like I've just said, maybe another two centre halves and a cover for right back, and we need another cover for left back as well. So maybe that's why they're looking at Joe Gomez, just to sort of like bring him in as cover, but not at £25 million. So the back four does need some work. So moving on, we've got centre midfield here, and we've got Dan Neil and Alan Brown. Alan Brown, I think, can play anywhere across the midfield, but predominantly he's more of a centre defensive midfielder in my opinion. So again, Dan Neil, I'm not sure he's that sort of player as a defensive midfielder. Yeah, he has played there, but I think he was more of sort of like more of a creative sort of centre defence midfielder. So maybe if we bring somebody in who's quite solid, who will sit in front of that back four, because we are going to need it. I know Samed has been returned back to his club at Lens, I believe, so it doesn't look like we're going to be offering him a contract or go in for him. So I think we do need another number. It's centre defence of midfield. I'm getting all my words muddled up, but anyway. So anyway, moving on to centre midfield. So obviously as attacking options in the centre midfield, we do have Lefay and Chris Rigg, which I think both those players are obviously quality. The only thing is with Chris Rigg is it's just his age. Obviously, watching him in the playoff final, he sort of, I think the occasion got to him, and maybe, in the Premier League it's still going to be that intense and that sort of intimidating. That I'm not sure whether he'd be able to take that on, but Chris Rigg is developing, and I'm willing to give Chris Rigg a shot in that attacking centre midfield position. So we've got two there covered, which is pretty much decent for me. But the other worrying thing is centre midfield on this side. So obviously Joe Bellingham hasn't been fully confirmed yet, and I'm absolutely devastated. Joe Bellingham looks like he's away. And we've never really had much cover in midfield, I don't think. I mean, yes, we've got like the likes of Alexic, just off the top of my head. And again, Alexic, I'm not sure he'll be able to cope in the Premier League. So midfield is definitely another one that we need to bring in some numbers for. Maybe just one or two players that can sit in like a box-to-box position, similar to what Joe was, even like as a sort of ball-winning midfielder to break up the play and things like that. So we've got like quite a variant sort of midfield going on. Anyway, moving up top. So on our right wing, we've only got Paddy Roberts. We all know that we desperately need cover on that right wing. I would, like I've said numbers of times, and I don't think it'll happen, but it would be absolutely amazing if we could bring in the likes of Amad Diallo back to our club. We all know Amad Diallo loves Sunderland, and we've mentioned it on the Matt and Cabby channel when we've had chats, just exactly what we're thinking, and what he thinks of the club. I think he loves us, and I would love to see him back at Sunderland, but this position is something that we definitely need to be strengthening. So moving on to the left wing as well, we've got Mundle. And then I've also put Wilson Isidore there as well. So I think Wilson Isidore, to get more game time, I think that's where he'd be more covering what I would like to see him covering on that left wing. We've seen him play on that left wing before, very Thierry Henry-esque. He's got bags and bags of pace that I think we would need down that left-hand side as well. We've all seen it when he can cut in, he can finish. On his day, his finishing is unbelievable, like Wilson Isidore. So again, if that's not the reason, if that's not going to be the position where Wilson Isidore is going to play, excuse me, with Tommy Watson going, left wing as well, we need cover. So striking, going to strikers, we've got Mayenda and we've got Wilson Isidore as well. So if I'm looking at it, I think in an ideal situation, we need maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 new signings to cover all those areas on the pitch that I think we're a little bit struggling, a little bit weak on. What I don't want to see is we're bringing in a brand new team. We need to keep that core of players that we've got together, who've played together all season in the Championship and who are going to look on to develop. We've got some really good youngsters, some great players like Trey Hume, up and coming. Again, he's been linked away as well from us, and I really hope he stays. But I would say maybe 7 decent transfers, and I think we'll have all these areas covered on the pitch. But what I would like to know from you guys is, what do you think? Do you think that we need cover in every single position on the pitch? Is there a certain position that you're worried about? Do you think 7 transfers is too much, or do you think it's not enough? So if you just drop us a couple of comments and just let us know what you guys think, and I'll get back to you. But we're going to say this now from week on and week on, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of players going to be linked with, but we've got to be very careful about it, and we've got to strengthen the correct positions as well on this pitch. Anyway, as always, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll catch up with you soon. And don't forget, on Monday coming up as well, it's the Mac and Cabby, Davey, Kev and Richie show. So that's always between 8 and 9 every Monday, so obviously tune in. We'd love to have a bit of crap with you guys. Take care of yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon.